Good day, sir. I am Chiny Baidal, together with my partner, Mercy Kalipusan, and we are from Section CA4A. And now we will be tackling about the early computing from 1940s to 1960s. So this is our timeline, the early computing from 1941 to 1969. Now, during 1941, the Zeus Z3 was one of the first fully functional, programmable computers built in May of 1941. It was built in Germany during World War II, where it was destroyed in 1943 after an Allied bombardment on Berlin. It had 2,000 relays built in with a 22-bit word length operating on a clock frequency of 5 to 10 Hz. Now, during 1942, Atanasoff Berry Computer, an electronic computer built in the United Kingdom in 1942, it was built to solve linear equations, but it also made the foundations that are a part of every modern computer. It ran off of 60 Hz of AC power with 1 mile of wire, and it's about the size of a desk. Now next, during 1944, the Colossus Mark I. It was the first electronic, digital, and programmable computer. It was made to decrypt intercepted messages in World War II. It was a prototype to the Mark II, which was made a year later in February. 10 of them were made and in use by the end of World War II. It contained 1,500 tubes in total. So next, during 1946, the ENIAC, or Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. The ENIAC was built in the US in 1946, making it the world's first general-purpose electronic computer. It's capable of solving many complex computing problems, and it's also known by the press as the giant brain. It has 17,468 vacuum tubes with 10,000 capacitors and 70,000 resistors built in. Now, during 1948, the SSEM, or Small Scale Experimental Machine, it was built in 1948 and making the world's first stored program computer. It was built in Manchester in the United Kingdom by Frederick C. Williams, Tom Kilburn, and Geoff Tootle. It used a 32-bit word length and a memory of 32 words. It only knew how to do subtraction and negation. Next, during 1949, the EDVAC, or the Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. The EDVAC was proposed and built in 1949. It succeeded ENIAC and cost under $500,000. It uses binary operations rather than decimal. It also could do addition, subtraction, multiplication, program division, and automatic checking with ultrasonic serial memory. It was used from 1949 to 1961, where it was placed by BRLESC. It received upgrades throughout its lifetime, with punch card I/O, extra memory, and an arithmetic unit.
Now, let's proceed to the 1951 UNIVAC, or Universal Automatic Computer. The UNIVAC was the world's first commercially available computer produced in the US. It could perform 1,905 operations, running at 2.23 MHz clock speed. It had 5,200 vacuum tubes and weighed 13 metric tons. It was widely popular and distributed to many places in the US, including the US Navy, Air Force, and DuPont. Next is the 1954 IBM 704. The IBM 704 was the first mass-produced floating-point arithmetic hardware. It was built in 1954 and capable of executing up to 40,000 instructions per second. It also sold 123 units from 1955 to 1960, making it very useful and a milestone in computer hardware. 1956 IBM 305 Ramak. The IBM 305 was the first computer to use a magnetic hard drive for secondary storage. Approximately more than 1,000 models were built, coupled with 350 disk storage. The total cost, or just one, was about $1,000. It took about 600 milliseconds to locate one record, and it became obsolete in 1960. The IBM 1401. The IBM 1401 was a word-length variable computer, announced and built in 1959. Over 10,000 units were sold. After being replaced by new technology being implemented to less developed countries, it was often used as an offline peripheral controller for mainframe computers. It was withdrawn from the market on February 8, 1971. Next is the 1965 Program Data Processor, or PDP-8. The PDP-8 was a 12-bit mini computer and the world's first successful commercial one at that. It sold over 50,000 units, which was the most ever for that time. It was the size of a mini-bar fridge and used diode transistor logic in the circuit. It spawned many generations and different models that followed its design, schematics, and left awake through the mid-60s and 70s. Last is the 1969 Data General Nova. The Data General Nova was a popular 16-bit mini-computer built in 1969. It was fairly powerful and enough to carry out daily computing tasks. Around 50,000 of them were sold, and each unit cost 8,000 US dollar each. It is built from two printed circuit boards, with one for the CPU and another for various tasks. This greatly reduced the cost to make them and helped propel them to be quite crude but a popular mini computer.